average woman know what makes her man get happy?
Hey beauties, welcome back to the show. I have a special show tonight, okay? What we want to call it? Sex talk.
How to do it.
We have a visitor here today. We have Baker here, who is an amazing friend of mine. We talk about everything. I tell him everything about girls. He tells me everything about boys. Okay?
I learned from you.
Right. So it's a give and take situation where it's like I'm learning, you learning, right?
Yeah, you're my teacher.
I'm not his teacher. I can teach him some things, but I ain't his teacher.
Who can teach a man about a woman better than a woman? And that's what we lack. What is the most awesome position to please your spouse? That's classic.
For a woman? Like what is?
Yes.
I love a man on top. But that's not what we're talking about, since he don't want to say.
Say it, Miles.
Our topic is about how to...
Beauties, be sure to check out VLOVE Yoni Detox Pearls, which are good at getting you wet, tighter, and healthier.
Ride? You say ride? Give me
It's
another
out
one.
there.
Give me another one. Give me another one.
Well, Miles, they got some names with this stuff.
But we have, PG,
I've been
13.
single for a long time.
Ladies, he been single for a long time, he said, okay.
Right, you can call it. Now, I do know one title.
Give me.
Well, it's not a title, but the position. It's called Cowgirl.
Cowgirl.
So,
ooh.
But it's not that you want to talk about.
What is that? Does that mean a girl riding a dude? A cowgirl?
Yes, but I think it's in the reverse. Now, I'm learning this, people. It's in a reverse angle.
See, all of it is good. So we're talking about how to ride your dude, okay? So I went to a sex party last night, and we were talking about this subject, which is how to ride a dude. And everybody, of course, had their own opinions, and it just made me where I wanted to kind of continue this conversation, but I wanted a dude's perspective, because of course at this party it was nothing but us girls. And I just was kind of like fascinated of some of the things that they were saying. Some good, some bad, some in between. You could tell some people who was trying a little bit too hard, like they didn't really know, but just trying to be involved in a conversation. And then you had other people who, and I was like, well, hold on, wait, how you do that again? Like, tell me why you. Oh.
So you want to bust a grape?
I want to bust a grape.
Wow. Did you tell me to get
Was I supposed to be sexy with that?
Grapes are very sexy.
They're juicy.
Some people eat them.
They're juicy. So that's what this topic is about. It's about us riding men, our dudes, our babies. And I wanted a male's perspective, because like I said, some of the stuff that the girls was talking about was just kind of like off the wall. Some of the stuff I haven't heard, but it was this one girl who was talking about how to ride so that a woman can explode.
Reach her explosion. Okay.
So she can have for her to have an orgasm. And it's something that I never was able to put.
So why don't we use the term get happy?
Get happy. But right now we want to talk about how the woman can get happy while she's on top, right? But we also want to make sure that our man is being pleased at the same time, right?
Can men ever be pleased?
Yes, of course they can be pleased.
With men in sexuality is they spend more time on themselves being pleased than making sure their partner is being pleased. And I think
I'm not experiencing it these days.
Well,
like
you're an expert.
From what we're talking about and what I was able to do to him, and like I said, it's easy for me, and I'm gonna talk about it, like how you are to, ride.
Your vote sign is irritating me.
Ride that D, right? So
your
when you ride that D,
can I have your vote?
You cannot. Make sure y'all go out and vote. It is important that we use our voices, use our rights, and our right to vote. To just throw that in there real quick, make sure you guys go and vote.
The right way.
You cannot complain if you do not take any action. But anyway, because of the stuff that the girls talked about, of course I wanted to try it on my dude. I tried him, and one of the things that I do when I'm riding him, in order to please myself, is getting a little bit closer to him. How do we get to the point where we're the ones who are so in control and good at what we do based off the techniques that we're doing?
Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about that. So mine last night.
Now I'm not going to ask any questions because I'm I'm right now operating in the virgin status. Please leave it there.
Okay. For me, okay,
We just talked.
Boo makes me happy. Boo makes me very happy. And I love making him happy as well. Like I'm gonna just be honest. I have never had a man to be able to like connect with my body that before insertion there is a passion and love that he's giving me before he even gets inside of me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he's kind of like
There's a chemistry to break down.
Right, you know. And that's my point, that it does matter on your mate, because if the spirits are not kind of connecting, that energy not connecting, it's gonna be uncomfortable when you having sex, because it's just like we're just doing something. You know, even a guy who I may not love, you know, I just feel like I'm a very sensual person, so that when I'm having sex, you know, I love to be sensual. I love to kiss. I want to feel like this man is my husband. And when I make a man feel like that, when you make a man feel like it's y'all first time having sex and could be your last time, y'all may never even see each other again. But when you make him feel like he the one, he the only one, and he's the only one that's ever been in here, and you make him feel like he's a part of you, baby, there ain't nothing that he won't do for you in bed. And sometimes even out of bed too. A man knows what to do to make himself come, okay? A woman needs to know what's gonna make her calm when she's in control as well.
Let's talk about that.
Okay.
That just sounds
I'm
good.
just saying, like, for real though.
Say that again.
And so when a man he knows exactly how it was gonna make him nut. He know if he go he about to grade nut. You know what I'm saying? He know he taking his time. You know what I'm saying? He trying to slow it down so it ain't about to come to the head.
They gonna run us off television.
No, they not. No, they
Yes,
not.
they are.
No, they're
Because that is so true. Do the average woman know what makes her man get happy?
Not initially, and it takes a while sometimes, unless she is someone who explores her body, kind of explore men's body, who's not selfish, and who is pleased by pleasing her man. Because once after maybe 2-3 times, you kind of like see what he likes, see what he don't like, things of that nature. From a man's perspective, how does a woman please a man on top?
It depends on how tight the relationship is. I can walk away from a sexual relationship not being pleased, but at the end of the day, if it's airtight in the relationship, as long as she's happy, I feel good, and that's stimulating to me. Now I want to get happy too.
I come every
That's like being hungry. That's like being
every
hungry.
time we have sex.
You bought some.
Like he makes me feel, but again, we have such a really good connection too, that he makes me feel really good. You know what I'm saying? Like we have a really good relationship where he makes me feel like, you know, like I'm taken care of, I'm good, and then I'm like, well, what else I need to do for you?
So tell me about this very seductive and very, and it's neat to be very provocative straddling.
Okay, so as I was mentioning about last night, because of some things of the girls was talking about, some things I've heard, some stuff I've never heard, some stuff I thought was ridiculous. But one of the things that I already, like I said, I couldn't put words to it. I just thought, you know, I knew how to make myself. So being lasered or waxed are my go-tos for 2 reasons why I can't stand, and this is just another kind of like tip, why I can't stand being shaved, okay? Is because those hairs are really stubby and sticky and prickly compared to when you being waxed or lasered. The hairs are very gentle and soft, so when it's rubbing against him, it's comfortable, and also so that you don't feel like you're self-pricking, like your hair is like kind of like curling or something like that, and kind of pricking yourself. It's an uncomfortable ride.
Is it a cultural thing?
I couldn't say. I'm only basing it off of my thing.
Oh, it's a culture.
Oh, okay, that's fine. But
because honestly, to understand it, that the dominant culture was the culture that used to do it all the time.
Waxing and shaving and stuff.
Very much so.
Yeah.
The dominant culture.
Right, but the difference between what I'm saying is that I know when I have a lot of hair. I have a lot of hair everywhere, and because of that, I never knew.
Let me see.
Yeah, I have nose hairs as well. I never noticed, like when I was married, that I was never able to really have an orgasm. but it was because I was too hairy. But when I finally learned what waxing was and things like that, and now that I get lasered, it's such a smooth ride, like literally a smooth ride,
like a Bentley ride.
It's like a smooth ride.
So let me ask you a question.
So no, I want to say this part real quick.
Mercedes
So
versus
what
Lexus.
happens is that when you have that smooth ride, what you do is you like kind of like lift your lips a little bit. You kind of spread. So when you're on top of the guy, right? You kind of like, you're sitting on him. You kind of like lift your lips up a little bit, so your clit can be literally touching his skin, not your lips covering up your clit. And then you kind of you're not really getting a full stimulation. But when you open it up, kind of like move your
Is
lips.
it like moving the pelvis?
No, it's like your lips are like this here. It's like opening your lips like this. So you just kind of like moving the like out of your, like if your stomach big, you kind of move your stomach out of the way. It's kind of you move your lips out of the way.
Okay, there's
so
a video
that's
surfacing on the internet. I don't want to give them credence nor credit, but she mentioned something like, that's beautiful. Wow.
That was right. So and what that's gonna do is, because a lot of people don't know that even though a man is in you, most time we're coming is because of how close he is to you. Not just him digging inside. That's one way, but a way where you're going to explode. So I say, when I'm talking to Boo Thang, I'd be like, he'd be like, did I take care of you? And I'd be like, I only exploded once. So I have a nut or I have an explosion.
And there's a big difference.
There's a complete big difference.
Big difference.
There's right. So that, like, if you know that what the difference is between a nut and an orgasm.
Now, when you say nut, is you like nut crazy?
No, you know what a nut is.
Oh, okay.
We talk about coming.
Oh, there.
Right. We talk about having an orgasm. So when you do it that way, it's gonna make it easy for you to kind of like, climax. Okay. So doing that is the number one way for a woman.
So are you saying straddle the man if a man wants to be extremely pleasing to the spouse?
This has nothing to do with the man. This is about what the woman is doing on top.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For you, is it more expedient that she straddles him because she's going to know how to control
her movements?
Like the man said tonight. Okay, all right.
She knows how to control her movements.
If
a woman can control her movements, she knows this goes with you exploring your body, like knowing what feels good to you, knowing what satisfies you. Now, I'm not a person who like toys. I do not like toys. I don't like toys by myself. I love toys when I'm with him. Okay, is because now we have toys to be able to stimulate me even more. But after I'm stimulated, I need him in me because I need my juices to be able to flow somewhere, and I need him because he's inside and doing something with them juices, like stirring up the pot, right? But with that, I just said. But that is a really, really good way for a woman to be able to orgasm if her man does not know how to give her an orgasm. Okay. Now.
Wow.
Now
that was a lot.
Right. You didn't know that?
Miles, you're talking to me.
Well, you may know. Okay. So what do you know then?
I know more than that. The most sensitive part of a woman is not inside her.
It's on the outside of her.
Okay.
Right. And so we got to play with the outside of her. But my point is that, okay, let's say he's eating you out, right? If he's eating you out, you can probably come. But you'll probably explode too. But if you have that stimulation on your clit and he's on the inside of you too, oh man, it's kind of like.
Miles, we're gonna sell this video because this is
kind of like.
This is education.
Of course, this is what it's about. How to ride your dude.
Oh my God! Listen, this is so educational because here's why. A lot of people gonna be cringing.
No, but this is a conversation we have to learn to have. Because
they don't know, and it's gonna help save a lot of homes.
That sex party last night that's not sex party. That didn't sound right. The toy party that we had last night, the conversation was so open. And it was like fun, of being able to talk to other women about what they're experiencing. How do I do better? How can I make sure that I'm pleasing him? You know what I'm saying? Or one girl was just like, I just be ready to get it over with.
It's a duty.
It's a duty. That was a duty.
It's a duty. And that's what I was explaining to you. It's a duty. It's a duty.
But she did not, and she didn't want to be really engaged because she's like, I'm kind of done with it. But that's someone who's not being sexually active and satisfied in her life, where she's taking control. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really know her, so I didn't ask like how long she's been married or anything like that. But I was just like looking like I wouldn't want that. She looked like she could have been about 35, no more than 40. She wasn't that old. She was, and she had like 2 kids, so 2 little kids like under 5. So
listen, because women, I think not. Please, I don't want to talk and discuss your age because you know you're a queen.
I'm some decades. I'm a few decades.
And everybody, on other business networks and things, and I told you, who always talk about, hey, she's a very beautiful lady. And listen, let me explain something to you. What you're talking tonight is probably going to save a lot of people relationships.
I want to say the women that make them happy, we have to learn how to start making ourselves happy too. And this is what this is about. Like, we always take care of everybody and we don't take care of ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we give to the kids, we give to our men, we give to work. You know, we barely take the time out to make ourselves happy.
Nurtures.
Yeah, like we nurture everybody, but she needs to be nurtured because if she's nurtured, that's going to relieve so much stress.
Ladies, now if you're interested in finding out more of how you can nurture your vagina in a healthy way using more organic plant-based herb products, check out VLOVE Yoni, where you'll see great products of how you can take care of your body without chemicals.
Most women go to bed all the time, every night, a secular, spiritual, atheist, or whatever you want to call it, unhappy sexual.
That sucks.
And that's not good.
That sucks. But if you follow that one tip that I just gave you about, like I said, being waxed, if you shave, more power to you, but when you wax and like now you have to really worry about the hair and the stubs and stuff like that. I love when I get waxed because that is his best night. Well, laser, I get laser now. That's like his best night.
What's the difference?
So the laser is where like they do a light and they actually kill the hair follicles in order for the hairs to fall out, and then it's supposed to stop the growth of the hair growing out of that follicle. And what happens is that over time it just gets thinner and thinner and thinner, and then the hair just stops growing there. So I've had about maybe 6-7 sections. And when I say hairy, like bare. That's why I was never satisfied because I had that bear going on down there.
This video literally has to air, not at 12 o'clock. They used to do
like
that.
At 2 a.m. at 3 in the morning?
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock in the morning.
So
you don't care how she rides on top.
I don't know. I mean,
okay, I know. Come on, let's get him to be real, y'all. I mean, just come on. He's trying to hold back a little bit, so we're gonna have to dig a little bit deeper. I know you had a woman in your lifetime ride you, and you was like, I have never felt like that with a woman riding me before.
We had this discussion, yes. Listen, that's an art. That's an art.
That's an art. So you've had women who've done art on you.
You got me on that one. listen. Well, you see, I love art. I love art. But Miles, it's an art. I mean, sexuality is an art. Don't you agree?
I do, but you're not
asking.
We need a man's perspective of what you love about a woman riding you. I know you had a woman that blew your mind riding you, and I want to know what was so special about it that made it memorable.
Oh, I tell you, you trying to wake up some stuff.
I'm just saying, let's talk about it. You agreed to the show. We gotta talk about it. You gotta be real and honest with us.
Because I'm a radical. I agree to you. Listen, yes, it's very, because I am a man, I'm not a pleaser to people, because everybody don't need to be pleased.
Why is he still going around the question we asking him, ladies? We want to know how we please our men, and we have some women out here, and still including myself. I think I'm good, but I think I can be better. By you telling me what you want a woman to do on top of you, what position, what move, what bounce, what shake,
I guess you want to know, you should know and understand, because we talk a lot, okay? We're very candid.
Yes, well, get candid now then.
I'm excited about
He got his legs crossed, y'all. I don't know. I think we're making up some stuff or something.
No, I'm not uncomfortable by any means But I want to be able to share this with some of my colleagues that are in an extreme
I can't make no
conservative
promises
profession.
about that. I can't make promises because I'm about to get into the other thing about how to grip. So
No, they talk about it, but
Oh, well, good.
Yeah, but I'm saying to you is I just like to get happy.
Okay.
Okay.
But what did a woman do who rode you and you still remember that time?
Oh my.
You remember that you got something in you, but you don't want to put it out. Come on.
It's just listen, it's almost okay. All right. What I like about that is that most women are very flexible when it comes to that. They're light like a feather.
Okay.
And that's because they're in control, they're in the position, they do what they want to do, and they control when everything happens.
Okay.
Okay? Girl, you're a mess. They have a tendency to say to the men, don't you do nothing till I tell you.
That's right. Don't you move.
Don't
say
you
just
do
like
that.
that. Yes.
Okay,
yes.
So what happens is that now most men wants to be dominant and we want to be in control.
Oh, you know what I
Makes us-
love? Oh, I love that when I'm on top and then he'll grab and then he'll kind of like harden up his body, like he'll kind of like muscle out a little bit or whatever.
That's
and
because
grab my-
that's a sign. You remember the old song?
What's the sign of what?
You're going to have to pay me on this
Oh,
one.
I'm okay.
You remember I was playing some music early?
Mhm.
Was it you? Someone, I was on another little show, and someone said, oh, that's the Isley Brothers.
Mhm.
But there was a song that she talks to me with her body,
Mhm.
okay?
Mhm.
Without ever saying a word, from her hips to her lips.
Okay.
You don't know nothing about
Okay.
that.
Okay. School me.
So the men, when he flex up because you're in control now. So he wants to let you know they're a macho.
Oh, so he try to grit control from me kind of taking over a little bit. So that's him coming back to take over.
And
Because
then-
he will grab me down here.
Well,
and kind
now,
of
'cause
like,
now-
and then he is kind of pushing
It
me.
puts him back in the driving wheel. You've been driving, so he's
I
the
like
passenger.
that. You know what else I like when a man kind of like grab
So-
your legs and pull you down, pull you to.
Mom, we're gonna sell that
Ooh.
video. Listen, let me explain something to you. And so what happens is he has to get back control of that because he see you enjoying yourself, which is his ultimate goal.
You know, he tells me sometimes, you better not. You better
You
not.
better not.
You better not.
That's control. So to control that algorithm.
Nice word. Okay.
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 Listen, we've been doing it. Come, let me show you something. You're not good. It's nothing provocative. Come stand. No, Mom. It's like this. It's standing. If I'm pulling you to come this way, pull back.
Right.
And sexuality is a tug of war. It's okay.
Yeah.
I want you to explode when
right.
I want you to.
Right. Okay.
Do you get my point?
I do.
So I will have you stand here because I was being lazy.
Okay.
I didn't want to get up because my back.
Got it. Yeah.
Doctor, she's a healer too.
Okay.
But what happens is that so when he's tense up like that, now the men are gonna talk about me like a dog because I'm giving away trade secrets. When he tense up, he wanna let you know I'm the man.
Let me know you the man, Daddy. I'm just saying.
Listen.
I need some more wine. Pour me up some more wine.
It's
Come on, I need
equivalent
my
to.
blood.
I'm glad I drink. It's equivalent to this here.
Okay.
Is that a man knows this? I'm going to get in trouble for this.
That is good.
How many licks it takes to get to
What
the
is
center?
that wine?
This is
Show
called
them.
Spellbound.
Oh my God, this tastes so
Now,
good.
it's high in antioxidant because, Miles, you know me very well.
That smells so
I
good.
do not get nutrients from food.
It's very mellow. You don't get a big bite at all.
No.
It doesn't have a tang to it. It has a nice little sweet kind of like
Remind me
kick
to show
it.
you my secret cellar.
Oh my God, this is good. Spellbound. Oh, spellbound. Let's
You
put
know-
these spells on these men while we.
Yeah, well, that's what you're talking about. That straddling a man is technically is spellbound.
Ooh.
Now, I want to tell you that in sexuality, as you were stating, straddling a man, it's a very sensitive position for men. Most people will tell you that.
Because we're in the words in control.
And they reaches a plateau.
When a woman is right.
Yes, they climax.
I never my boo who I'm with now. I have never made a man come the way I make him come when I'm on top. It's every time. It's every time. It's every time.
Well, I'm telling you some secrets now. Come on, you got to pay me for this. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So,
But I've never done another man like that before though. So
well, here's the thing: is that Miles?
it's our body
Listen,
connecting.
I
And
don't
I'm
know much
also
about a woman.
grown
Listen.
now. And I also like to learn. When I tell y'all,
Let
I
me tell
stay
you.
talking to people about these kind of situations. I'll make sure I watch YouTube. I love porn. I love watching those videos
Let me say
because
something
you
to you.
learn.
Let me say something to you. Is that when you're in that position, you're in control. When you're in that position, you know when you're calling the shots, whether you say it or not.
Mm-hmm.
When you're in that position, it's more attractive. When you're in that position, it's more attractive because you're seeing things from a different angle.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's down, you're looking at him,
Mm-hmm.
and you know when he's about to get happy.
Yes.
Understand this, because your body, women are unique. Men, understand this. The thrust is likened by some women, but not all women. The thrust, but you control it, and you know how to move when you're on that position to be pleasing to yourself.
Yes. Yes.
And focus on you because he's going to get happy regardless.
Mm-hmm.
With the
Ooh, and enough, you be sexy on top.
oh
Ooh,
yeah,
like you gotta do the whole, you know what I'm saying, hold your head back type of move or whatever. Trying to do
you know
stuff
what I
like
like?
this here.
You know I
rub
like-
kind of on your body, like you gotta be like, getting it and stuff. You know what I
sling
mean?
that
Trying to get
hat.
up,
I
like,
just
oh my
love
goodness.
slinging that hat.
Yeah, when I have my hair down,
Well, I haven't
was
seen
just
it
like
all. You
this
know,
here.
I know you
Don't
Mom.
pull my weave. Don't touch my weave. You can't touch my weave when I got my weave.
Miles, you have beautiful hair. Okay, Miles. So that's the biggest thing about that. Now, when
Gotta
you
be
up
sensual
there,
with it.
most people when they get up there don't know what to do.
Which is why you're saying men don't like that position. But if you know what you're doing, they gonna like that position though.
Because you trying to put me on the spot. So when you're up there, tell us what you do.
Okay. So before I even get up there, you know how like when you do squats, okay, it's a girl.
You got to teach us.
Wait, so when you do a squat, everybody know what a squat is when you're trying to build out your booty, okay? We talk about squats a lot on the videos. When you're doing a squat, and let's say you get in a good 100
Miles,
of them.
why you look so insecure?
When
You're just
you
so
get it,
sensitive.
when you get it, I'm excited about this conversation. Y'all see how excited I am? I'm just saying, you know. So when you do a squat, let's say you get 100 squats. When you gonna put on that dress or put on them leggings, like you're gonna have like some muscles popping out, a little like definition and stuff like that, right? Like you're gonna see like the form of those muscles that you just finished working out,
Do
right?
you think men say that?
I don't know. I mean, sometimes they can. It just depends on, you know, how her body is already shaped, right? But I'm saying that because the same way you do a squat and you do 100 of those, it kind of tones you up right then and there. I do Kegel exercises every day.
I know.
You know what a Kegel exercise is? What's a Kegel exercise? From a man's point of view. What's a Kegel exercise?
You told me.
I told you already? So tell me what you remember.
Okay.
We making them blush. Oh, this is good, y'all. This is good. He making me warm in here. Can I get some fan? Can I get a fan or something? Can you turn on?
Kegel exercise.
Kegel. So the Kegel exercise. So with the
That
Kegel,
when it makes the hips and the pelvis kind of.
yeah. So you kind of like. So right now I'm doing it, right?
I know a little something. I mean.
Right. So it's kind of like, so one of the best ways to learn how to do a Kegel exercise is by when you're peeing, right? And you stop your pee.
Stop it. Control.
A man can do it too. Like he does
man,
it where like his
listen.
penis is, he know how to make his penis like jump inside of me. It's like the most amazing thing.
Most men knows, they tell you. So we get up several times in the night unless they got some problem going on, but to take a leak and pee. And so sometimes, and I'm gonna share this with you, is that he pee and if he's
He stopped.
he can stop.
Right, but it's not intentional though.
No, it is.
The Kegel exercises are intentional.
I know it's intentional,
right?
Because it exercises you guys' spine.
Right, absolutely. It exercises our canal where he's entering that, right? So again, when you're doing a squat, so it's the exact same thing, and you can use a squat. If you like squeeze your booty cheeks, right? Again, squeezing your booty cheeks, doing like when you you're using the restroom and you're peeing and you're stopping the flow of it. That's a form of Kegel exercise. Even me driving in a car, that'll be one of the first things. That'll be one of the first things I'll think
Equivalent
about.
to taking a breath.
Right. So
and
yeah.
letting it out.
So you're basically kind of like squeeze, like you're trying to squeeze, like hold your fart in, or you're trying to like hold your pee in.
Women don't do
For
that.
me,
Okay, y'all don't do
like me doing it right now, it's stimulating me right now. Like it feels amazing.
So just so you know,
and then you hold it for 3 seconds, and then you let go. So if you do that probably like around about 5 times throughout the day for like around about a good minute, and then you go and test it out. Like when you realize when you first start, the best way to test it out is again try to use the restroom by peeing, and then you stop the flow. And the more you're able to stop your flow every time you pee, that's a way to easy way to do it. That I'm peeing. Oh, that feel good. Okay, let me stop it. Oh, okay, there it goes. Oh, let me stop it by doing the Kegel exercises. So just YouTube, if I didn't explain it really good, if I didn't explain it
no,
good,
you did a good job.
If you do Kegel exercises already, please comment in the box and please comment so that we can know what type of exercise you recommend or how you do an exercise in order to kind of like make sure that. But yeah, squeezing the booty really tight, stopping your pee. Like I said, just anywhere you can do it, just walking. Like I said, and it's gonna get you where you'll be even more stimulated. Even on top is because for one, that is toning you up, it's tightening you up, and it's gonna make you to be able to feel more of the stimulation.
Interesting.
It'll make you feel more of the stimulation. So doing that on top of a guy when you're doing it, so if you're kind of going like up and down, kind of like this here, instead of just like when because we're not trying to come at this point, we're trying to satisfy him. A man loves when a woman. Let me ask you this question: do a man love when a woman is going up and down like this here, like she's kind of coming off of
I'm
it?
not going to give you the trade secrets.
You gotta tell me. This is about for women. Does a man like when does a man rather a woman going like this where she's kind of like going up and down, or does he like going up and down? So a woman needs to kind of do like this here.
I'm not as provocative as you are. It's equivalent to self-satisfaction. He does not do.
So when a man ejaculates, he's not doing all of this here and stuff like that.
No, he ain't doing that.
He's my goodness, that makes so much sense. And I don't. This is a part. When I do this is a part something I may do for like 2 minutes. It's not something that I do more of. I'm more of doing like this here or like this here. Oh my goodness!
So remember, I mentioned to you,
ladies, up and down,
flat-footed.
do the Kegel exercises and up and down, right? So that we can keep him. If that's what you want to do, is keep him.
Remember, I talked about flat-footed.
Yeah, but you got to explain it to them because I still don't remember.
We talked about flat-footed. Okay, in that position.
So that's a woman riding a man, and her feet are flat on the floor, both of them.
And she's bouncing up and down. And she's not.
So this is a chair, or like if you were right here on this thing, and she was like that way.
It's the difference, Ma. It's the difference in this. This, the way people, of course, can't see. We have what you call a 365 video going. Every angle is a camera. That's 365. Sex is not 365.
What is it?
Well, You just said it.
Up and down.
Up and down, in and out. Self-satisfaction is not, okay, let me figure this thing out. I'm going.
And move right in. All this here, ain't none of that. It's in, out, up, down. That makes sense though. Because they're doing the same thing to us. So, okay, so I'm going to try that one. I'm going to try I'm going to try less stirring and more up and down.
Well, yes, and less all around.
Right. So that's what I'm saying with the stirring.
Because it becomes more aggravating.
Because it's not really giving him the stimulation.
And the comfort.
Gosh,
I wish I could.
When a woman said that, she said that there was a technique that she do on her man, but she didn't think that he really liked it because he'll hold her kind of like chill. Like he'll kind of like get her to stop doing whatever it is that she's doing.
That's
she
because
said that it
we
makes
don't.
her feel
It's
good.
aggravated. So any position in sex please a man, it's just how long it takes to please him. Any position in sex please a man, it's just how long it takes to please him. Keep that in mind.
Okay. Right, but we want our thing here tonight is that what are the things that we're doing to be able to please him? We're on top along with pleasing ourselves, and I told y'all the main secret for that one.
You fire the gun when you get ready. Your hand is on the trigger.
My hand is on the trigger.
And men are not going to tell you that. I'm going. If my people see that, they're going to call Becca while you're saying, which I don't care.
No,
but
they're not. Women are going
your
to say
hand
thank
on the trigger.
you.
Your hand
you
is on
kind
the
of taught
trigger.
me a little bit too, though.
Your hand is on the trigger. You say, shut up.
That makes sense.
And we helped a lot of people because there's no such thing as sexual dysfunction. If the man is having some problems, getting ladders to rise from the dead, I think that's a mutual thing. Because he's not attractive, or he's not feeling something that type of way. But he will if he's trying to be pleasing to his spouse. It's a mind thing.
Well, with that
so
being,
straddling is a position that gives the beautiful queen
her rights
in our culture.
Her rights.
Control.
Her rights.
And control.
Her rights.
Her rights.
Right. I like that.
Is that rights?
We're going to say her rights, right.
Oh.
And with that being said, this was amazing.
Yes.
This was really, I actually kind of learned something from you, and I'm so glad that I thought
We
about.
learn from each other.
Right,
Okay.
but that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm so glad that I was like, okay, I wanted to have this talk, but I wanted to be kind of like of a dialogue of us having the talk, and I knew that you would be a great person because you and I are fairly open or whatever. And I can't wait till we have the next one because I definitely want to do another one. We're going to talk about how a man pleasing a woman and what she actually likes. So it'll be you doing most of the talking.
Well, oh my.
Yeah, that's gonna be a whole nother thing,
That's
though.
gonna be
But like I said, I appreciate you guys for watching. I hope that this video helped you. Please say hello to my friend Donald Baker.
Yes.
You may follow him on Facebook. And if you have any, these women are loving Baker on these shows that he's on right now, and they're always talking about sex. And so if you want to tune in, follow him, Donald Baker, on Facebook for you to be able to get some tips when he's talking to these ladies on this other show.
They're gonna know me when they see me.
They all of them after him too. They going for the man. But this was a great show, and I thank you and I appreciate you so much, friend, of actually like educating us, giving us some, really good tips for us to be able to get better. And again, not just pleasing, him, but also pleasing ourselves and what he likes and what we should.
We're gonna make your video should get 1 million views. And why?
Why?
Because you have said some things that have helped a lot of women and men.
But with your help.
No.
But with your help.
With your help.
But with your help.
And here's why. Because a lot of people don't know this.
It's a conversation we're having.
If
If I didn't have that show
uncharted waters.
If we didn't have that toy party last night, it wouldn't have been a conversation I even thought about having. But I just thought that
you watch the retraction we did. We're gonna and you're an expert on algorithm and all that stuff. But we're going to watch. Here's why. because they want to know. They want to know.
So, do you have any last words for our female audience who's excited about trying some of these tips we just gave? He's just blushing, y'all. Oh, look at his blushing. Look at him blushing.
A lot of times people do not understand. In relationships, they break up for two reasons. I don't care what anybody else says.
Money and sex. Money and sex.
The sex may be with someone across the street. But
Now,
now you have a product in your hand.
So I wanted to make sure that you guys know too, one of the great items to be able to use when you are riding your dude is to make sure you are moisturized down there. Again, we're now doing skin to skin and we don't want it to be uncomfortable. And one of the great products to be able to try out is the Yoni oil by VLOVE, which is great as a lubricant. It has roses, lavender oil, rose oil, sunflower oil, and it's really good as a lubricant along with keeping you balanced down there from odor and stuff. So, and then we also have the Yoni Detox Pearls. If you feel like you have any type of imbalances down there, the Yoni Pearls are really good to get you, get you detoxed, cleansed, And when I tell you, I do these, I used to do them once a month. I'm now using the steams, but the Yoni Pearls are really good to kind of get you where you are naturally juicy because you have been cleansed and detoxed and rejuvenate down there. It also helps you tone, so it's going to help you with those Kegel exercises that you're doing by toning out that canal and giving you, being able to be being pleased, should I say. So go and check it out. Mr. Baker, we appreciate you. We love you. We thank you.
Is that website for VLOVE?
VLOVE Yoni. Yes.
Oh my God.